Alright guys, another video. Today we're going to be actually doing something different. We are going to be back testing a couple days of the Apex Sniper system. Okay, I've had access to this for a while. Like to look at the levels, know how to trade it because I've done it before. And we're going to be back testing NQ, and we're going to be basically just seeing how this all goes here. We're going to be doing the back testing from 9:35 till 11 o'clock. Okay, so 9:35 because, you know, the rules with the system, I guess, are wait 5 minutes after open. Okay, and we're just going to go bar by bar. We're going to say if we took the trade or not. Okay, so here we have ODD. Okay, I'm going to write this all down. 42%. So we could take this. I think technically we'll just do it. So now we have a instant reversal. So once you get an instant reversal like this that goes against you, you put your take profit to break even. So as a break even trade does end up winning. Okay, so let's just put here, we'll do ODD break even. There's gonna be probably a lot of trades as well. Here we don't have anything, there's no trade there. I kind of go faster through this. I don't like doing double TXs. I'm just not gonna do them because I don't like doing them. They did work out, they're fine, but I don't really like doing them, so I'm not going to. Here we have ODD again. You take that, it's 50%. Pretty good, has a paw on it, so we take that, and it is a winner. So we're just gonna keep a tally of the total wins. We're gonna keep a tally of total wins. So that is 1 total win. Losses we'll keep a track of, and break evens. We have 1 win, 1 break even right now. Again, we are just going till 11 o'clock. This is not a trade right here. Here we have a third bar sling right here. I don't really love third bar slings either. Yeah, I don't like third bar slings. So my main setups are ETX, TXFs. Don't love elevators on their own, and then ODD, HD, and then SLZs. So that's kind of what we're going to be testing, because I just don't like third bar slings that much. So that's already 11 o'clock. So 1 win basically that day up until 11. We're just going to fast forward. That was June 19th. So we're going to keep a track of that. June 19, 1 win. And again, the wins are 9 ticks. So it's not that big of a win. The losses are 21 ticks. So again, not ideal there. But the idea is you win more than you lose, right? Okay, so 5 minutes after open. This is not a trade right there. So we'll fast forward and we'll look. All right, here we have an ETX. You could take that. I don't really love taking ETXs on their own. I like when they're with things, and that ended up stopping out. So I guess I like taking ETXs when it's with like a filtered TX or an elevator or things like that. But regular ETX, I'm not a huge fan of. So that's just what I'm telling you there. So wouldn't take that trade. Basically looking for those bars at the bottom. This is no trade. Too much on the oscillation detector percentage. Okay, right here, that is a ODD pretty low percentage, so that'd be a good trade. There's a wall or a dynamic magnet there, should attract price, and I'd take that trade. You can see the profit there. That's another win. That's 2 wins total. No trade there. Here we have an SLZ. It's right on a dynamic magnet. It's pretty risky. SLZs are usually pretty strong, and it's right off an ice level. You're technically not supposed to take those, but it was a win. I probably would have taken that. You still have some room before that dynamic magnet, and pretty good level above it that we just rejected, right? So that ended up winning. SLZs work pretty good most of the time. ETXs, I like them with stuff. Same with elevators. And then I just don't like double TXs. Okay, so here we have another SLZ trade. We'll take that. That's another win. Again, it's just basically 2 bars of profit for the wins. And then your stop loss is above the entry bar. Okay. So we're looking for ODD, HD, trapped Xbox filtered out, which just means DR. We're looking for a ETX with something else, or an elevator with something else. So here we do have ODD again, so we take that. That was a win. So we're at 5 wins, 1 break even with our rules. Trying to speed this up. Here we have an SLZ. There's a lot of stuff below it though. We have a zone of interest. We have a I block. We have a dynamic magnet there. And we have 2 clusters. So don't take that trade. There's too much going on there. And it would have lost. So there you go. Stick to those rules, right? That's not a trade there. Keep going. That's not a trade. Here we have an elevator. There's too much going below it, and there's nothing really with it. That did win, but I didn't like it. Here, ODD, a little too high. You want to look for below 80, so wouldn't take that. Here we have a filtered TX with a dynamic magnet on it. Or, sorry, there's a dynamic magnet below it. And we do have looks like a mini magnet on there. Yeah, mini magnet. So technically, I would say I'll take that. And it wins. Double TX, I don't like those. And they don't happen often enough for me to care too much. So here is nothing. Here is a SLZ trade. It is going right into the lows, but we'll count that as a loss. We might have taken that, so we're going to count that as a loss. Okay. Ideally, you don't want to go into the lows, but we'll just say it's a loss. Lows or highs. Okay. Nothing there. Here we have ODD. We'll take that. So reversed on us, kind of looking for break even. Otherwise, it's a loss. A loss. So we'll say 2 losses there. It was going right into a mini magnet, so you know, I don't know if that was the best trade, but we'll just keep track. We want it to be kind of accurate. We want kind of worst case scenario, right? No trade there. Here is an SLZ trade. Does have a double cluster, but bounced right off a dynamic magnet. So you can take that. That's a win. After we test a few of these days here, we'll total profit. We're going to do the profit with 2 contracts of NQ. So you can see you're getting a lot of trades on NQ, which is quite nice. And most of them do work. Third bar sling did end up winning. I don't really care. I don't like them. So here we do have a trapped Xbox with a ETX. Well, it's an enhanced trapped Xbox. But it does have yeah. I'd say you could take that. It's bouncing right off those levels. And what else do we have? We have a paw right on it, obviously. Oscillation detector percentage is lower, so we take that. The win. Trying not to be biased with this. Not a trade. That's not a trade. Keep going. Here, not a trade. Elevator, kind of late in the trend. Here's an SLZ right into a wall. Probably wouldn't take that, honestly. It's right into a wall. Yeah, that's a good thing we didn't do that. Not a trade. Right here, it's right into a ice level, and we have a wall above it, so probably not take that trade. This is probably smarter not to with all those levels there. And it rejects. Here, another SLZ trade. Technically you'd probably take that. There's not too much above it. Then we set it to break even there, and then we lose there. So, loss. Again, I don't know when the news, if there's news events, things like that, but we don't trade 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after the news. So remember, all of our losses are about twice as big as our wins, so we need to win quite a bit more. So here we go, SLZ trade. Take that, it's a win. And, you know, I'm not the absolute best at knowing when to take these trades and stuff, but so here, let's see, trapped Xbox. We'd probably take that trade, yep. And that would be break even, and then lots of loss. So right now we're 9 wins, 4 losses, so we're basically break even on everything. Too late in the trend. Here's ODD, that's a win. Now we're 10 and 4, so that's probably break even. This is just one day. Well, so if we just stopped when we were up, then you know, fine. But all right here, this is an interesting day actually. All right here, again, you don't really want to go into the highs of the ranges, so probably wouldn't want to take that. You know, your take profits right above the high. But again, we won't worst case, we're gonna say we took that, and that's a loss. Some days might not work great, some days might work awesome. So fast forward, no trades here, no trades here, no trades. That's not a trade. That SLZ is a trade, and we would have taken that. So that's another one. Third bar sling, good. We would have taken that SLZ as well. So this third bar sling, would we have taken this one? Really low DR, honestly, and yeah, we probably honestly wouldn't have taken that. The DR is really low, really low for the past 5 bars. Have a paw above, mini magnet above, lots of zones of interest around it. Probably be smartest not to take it since DR is so low, and that would have lost. Here we have an ETX with very low. It's not ODD technically, but I would probably take that trade going into the dev. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of trades on this day. There's usually not this many. SLZ right there. We take that. That's a win. There's so many trades on this day. Yeah, that's usually just stop when you're up three net trades, but this is how I like to test it. No trades. Here's an SLZ. It's going right into a wall. Don't interest. So probably the smartest not to take that. And it worked out, but I probably wouldn't have taken that. So we're not going to write that down. Here's another SLZ. Nice trade. It's a win. Keep going. Here's a trapped Xbox with a filter. DR is a little low on the previous bar, but it's also HD. Okay, so we would take that. It's kind of 2 for 1. That's a win. HD because I had more than 125% from the previous ODD detection up here. Still testing, taking a long time to get through this day. So here we wouldn't take this trapped Xbox because we're in kind of coil chop here and then potential 2 to 3 bar chop here. Good thing we didn't take that. There is no trade. Here is ODD with an ETX, so that's a nice trade. That's a win. Keep going. Getting closer to 11 o'clock. No trade there. No trade there. No trade there. Here is a ODD trade bouncing off of a wall and on a dynamic magnet. Kind of hard for me to say. That's a win. We're just testing every single trade up until 11 o'clock. Here is a ETX with a double TX. It does have double cluster, but bouncing off of a very strong level, looks like, with the double TX and ETX, so we take that. That's a good trade. Trying not to be biased with it. Here we have an SLZ. Looks like a good trade. We'd take that. That's a win. So now we're 20 wins, 5 losses. Here, ETX, too much stuff about it, wouldn't take it. Worked out fine. Here is not technically HD, would have worked out, but not quite high enough for us to use it for a trade. So here we have a 2 to 3 bar trapped Xbox. We wouldn't have taken that, and it would have lost. And then that's it. So total wins so far. So the 19th we had 1 win. 20th we're at 20 wins, so we had 19 wins. And we had 5 losses. So basically, let's see, total profit on this day with 1 contract. Total profit, 19 wins. So you won 171 ticks, and you lost 5. You lost 105 ticks. So out of all that, you came out with basically 66 ticks of profit. Times that by 5, still 330 bucks. And you'd be trading probably 2 contracts on NQ. So because such little gain and not huge loss, so 660 bucks, 2 contracts, still not too bad, honestly. All right, so that was the 20th. Let's fast forward again. Now we're on the 21st. Fast forward to 9:35. All right. So let's keep track now. All right, starting out the day, we have an SLZ here. We take that. It's a win. Great. 12 seconds after the open, or after our open. Here we have basically ODD and an ETX. We take that. It's a win. So now we're 2 trades up after 30 seconds of us starting our trading. Here we have an SLZ going right into a wall and a dev. Probably wouldn't have taken that. This did end up working out. We probably wouldn't have taken that though. And now ETX there with HD, but it's in coil chop, 2-3 bar chop, lots of mini magnets below. We wouldn't have taken it. Didn't work. Right there, no trade. Here we have a filtered TX. DR is pretty low on the bar before. Probably smartest not to take that, but it did win. But we're gonna say we didn't take that. Worst case, you took it and you won. So. Here we had a filtered TX again going into a dev and a wall. Wouldn't have taken that. Not a smart idea, and a lost. Let's see. There's nothing. We're looking for those bars on the bottom. That'll tell us a potential trade. So here we technically, I would say that's kind of a double top. That's HD. We take that. There's our third win. Our third win for the day. We should call it there. Up 3 trades, basically. But we're not gonna. So we're up 3 trades in the first 8 minutes of us trading. Gonna keep going. Here we do have it, what it looks like HD, but it's going into a wall and a dev. Probably wouldn't have taken that one. Did end up winning anyway. Let's see if there's a trade in here. Nothing there. Double TX, don't like those. That's into a dev. Not taking that. Nothing. Would have ended up working out, but that's okay. All right, here's a nice filtered TX. DR is super low though. Again, smartest probably not to take that trade. It did end up working, obviously, but DR is super low on that previous bar, and the ODD pretty low. Probably shouldn't have taken that. Did end up working, but again, we're looking for potential worst case. Here, I have an ETX. We have an ETX, and it's kind of HD, so we'll take that, and it's a win. Kind of HD, right? All right, here we have a chopped Xbox filter. 2 to 3 bar chop, 2 bar chop basically. We're not gonna take that, and it won. Wow, lots. Even if these don't stick to the exact rules, they're just winning. So that's good to know. But we're basically 4 wins, 0 losses on the day so far. Right here we have again 2 bar. It's not exactly 2-3 bar, or 2 bar chop or coil chop, but probably just be safe. Don't take that, and it won again, right? So perfectly fine. If you miss out on a trade, right? All right, right here we have an ETX. Again, I don't like taking them alone. If it's ETX with HD, ETX with double TX, anything like that, fine. Don't love them alone though. Don't love them alone. No trade there. Right here we have a filtered TX. It's a solid looking setup. The percentage should be a little higher hopefully, but take that. It's a win. Now we're 5-0 in the first 30 minutes. So at this point you definitely should call it, but we're not gonna. Right here again, solid setup. DR is good. Nothing in the path from our entry to our take profit. Another win. you got to be picky. You know, if you miss a trade, it's fine, and if you what was I gonna say, are up, then you should call it. You get your trades, enough trades in. You got to be picky. Here we have an ETX with an SLZ. I'd probably take that. Now I'd set it to break even, and now we broke even. So that's one break even on this day. You want it to go straight to your take profit, basically. If it coils, you want to set it to break even. Your take profit to break even. No trades here. Again, we might be trading in the news. I have no idea if we're trading in the news or not. So there's an SLZ. This is in 2 to 3 bar chop. I probably wouldn't take that. DR is pretty low as well. They'd end up winning anyway. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So a lot of the trades we would have taken, or wouldn't have taken, didn't take. We ended up winning on anyway. There, I would say not. I'd say that's HD. Double bottom basically, right? Take that. It's a win. Right there. That is ODD. We can take that. It's a win. Stacking up these wins. Here, double TX. It was a win. I don't like taking them. Right here, we have an SLZ. A clean looking trade. Besides that cluster before it. Would be better with a paw or mini mag on that, but it's fine. Take that. Another win. No trade there. ETX there. In 2 bar chop. Wall right below it. Not the smartest idea. Ended up winning anyway. That's not a trade. Right here. So our entry would have been right on the wall. So we can take it if our entry's on the wall, but if it's before it and we're moving into it, that's a no-go. So here, DR is steady, so we can take that. And that was a win. So that's 10. That's 10 wins, 1 break even. About 20 minutes left in this thing. No trades in here. This is a trade. This is a HD. This is an HD. We can take that. That's a win. Now we're 11 trades up. No trades in here. That's not a trade. That's not a trade. That is not a trade as well. That is not a trade. Here we have, it looks like news. Was news at 11? No, okay. So here we have a SLZ. It is in 2 to 3 bar chop. DR is super low. We probably would have been smartest not to take that trade. When DR is super low, not a good idea to take it, and 2 3 bar chop sometimes not a good idea. Went up 1. At this point, probably set your thing to break even, but you would have stopped out. 3rd bar swing as well. Here we have an ETX. Don't love taking them alone. Worked out. No, so it's 11 o'clock. So June 22nd. We're just gonna. Oh, I mean that was the 21st actually. So June 22nd, we had 11 wins, 0 losses, and 1 break even. So your total profit would have been 11 wins at 9 ticks each. That's 99 ticks times $5 a tick. So $495 with one contract, or $990 with two. So that's all we're going to be backtesting here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We'll do more, and see ya.